from Kulas, the pick for T side here, just because they have a great T side. And they also just wrapped up T side on Overpass, so they were just starting to warm up on that side. Like, this doesn't come as a surprise to me. And they also have an excellent B spawn, so let's see if they... Not excellent, but it's better than average. And it looks like, oh yeah, there goes Cheese getting the headshot through the smoke. He was able to see Flip right before the smoke popped to line that up. And looks like John's gonna come up through mid and pick off 2D as the rest of Kulas are just chilling on B site. This has suddenly become a much harder round for Team Rush though, because B site is very difficult to retake without utility, and they have one decoy in their arsenal. If they continue to peek 1-1, oh, okay, 2-for-2 trade. Mikkoy getting a double kill. But last one standing is Charles and Tons, and it looks like, oh no, if this could go very wrong if he doesn't get this kill. Oh no, he's just gonna try to stick it and hide his head. He might get it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. I honestly really thought after Charles was able to get that pick in the 1v2, I thought this was over. And I really thought Rush was about to, or I thought they were about to give up that pistol round, but instead they pull it out. Cheek's very smart there to just go ahead and stick it, knowing that if he got off, he would lose it. Yeah, and it looks like Cheeks and Trojan both just got pinched on the A site. Cheeks picked off first on Cat, and then Trojan just completely destroyed from the long position. Kulas will now have full A site control, and honestly, Rush have very limited weapons here to try to retake this. John's gonna get pinched through mid doors, and that leaves Cheese in T-spawn with a Nova once again in a 1v5. They definitely did now. I don't know if these guys just really like making these awkward third round buys happen, or if this is just happening naturally. But once again, we have an awkward third round buy. We do have an AK on Mikkoy though, and as we saw on Overpass, that can be very lethal for Team Rush, especially with this flash in coming from Theta. Looks like Team Rush opted to stack full A, and Kulas just read it like a book. They go straight to B site, and they're gonna have a free plant here. Oh, yeah, he pulled out that deagle as soon as he heard those footsteps and was able to get that double kill. Oh, was that a team dink? Wow, what a shot. 2D's gonna wrap through tons here into this kill, yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with Rush's, like, their choice to stack A site there, knowing that they were on an eco and they had limited weaponry anyway. It's just unfortunate that Kulas decided to go B, but they still almost pulled it out almost. They did manage to knock off 2 guns. Yeah, I wonder, that's just... I wonder if they're trying to potentially save for the next round without completely giving up hope on this round. But they have to know that Kulas has a full buy here. Like, they have to know that. And Theta actually hears these two from behind and gets the spray transfer. The Nova and the SMG unable to, or I'm sorry, the Nova and the Deagle not able to do much damage there. But now we'll see our first rifle round. 2D just keeps that MP9 yet again. Hasn't died since he received it, so there's no real reason to upgrade here. Just keep your bank. Cheeks a really nice kill there on the flip, but they do give up mid control to Kulas, but it is a 4v2. If they play this smart, they could pinch them and make sure they don't go anywhere. If they don't over-peek, this could get really bad for Cheeks. And it does, and they instantly make this a 2v2 and know exactly where everyone is. I don't like that decision there by Cheeks and the other Team Rush member to peek them, knowing exactly where the Kulas members were. Because this could have very easily been Team Rush's second round, bringing it to 3-2, forcing the rebuy by Kulas, bringing that eco down a little bit more. And now we see probably in what should be a save by Team Rush and a 4th round for Kulas.
Team Rush going to the next round, yeah, they're on their 4th loss bonus, give them 2,900. It's going to leave Trojan with 39, Cheese with 31. They're barely going to be able to buy. They're going to have to either force around these 2 rifles with half guns, or they force up and do some sort of weird scout deagle combo thing. Like, it's their money's messed up.
I'm willing to bet we see this Nova come on Cheese here and they drop over these rifles and buy into this. If they don't, I'll be... Wow, that is an interesting choice, but let's see if we see the... So we see Price and John both go B, both rifles, which actually works out for them since 2 Kulas players are here. But that could have been very bad.
That could have been, absolutely. Well, Kulas had B site, leaving Cheeks in a 1v3.
Yeah. Cheese and Trojan both went down pretty much simultaneously there, and they're just gonna plant B and chase this. Oh, very nice. He might get this here if he pushes.
So takes him out with a no scope.
Yeah, that was nice.
One thing I noticed I noticed though is Rush, everybody had over 2K last round, so it means everybody can buy up.
That is true. They played a little bit smarter with their utility this time around, or not utility, their economy this time around. Ooh. I think Kulas have kind of forced Rush into this mentality of now we have to put 2 people B because they've been pushing it so much. That was a very nice kill by Mikkoy onto Price. And Cheese gets 2D through mid, but then Charles is close, so he's able to trade it out, putting this in advantage of the T's, 4-3. They've pinched the rotators in CT, and Charles is pushing up to Cat to ensure that as they... Wow, wait, Theta's on long with the bomb.
Hiding in that smoke, and Charles dropping right down, cleaning up with a 2K.
That could have been very bad for Kulas. If Theta would have died there, then Rush would have had the bomb control and been able to potentially force Kulas into re-peeking angles that they were already holding, but ultimately Charles, like you said, just comes in clutch, dropping down, getting those 2 kills, and wrapping up the round. This looks very familiar. What do you think?
Very familiar, but we do see a pause coming out, so that's one thing we didn't see in Overpass.
Yeah, I like the decision here by Rush to pause the match here, maybe talk things over, figure out, okay, we have a little bit of money here. We've already seen John force up into the round with an M4, but everyone else is kind of on that teetering point where they could afford an M4 and some utility, or do they maybe save in, light buy with maybe put that M4 on B site, try to solo it. I don't know. I mean, if I'm Rush here, I know they're probably going to be aggressive here and know that we're on a low eco round, and I would go again for the stack if it were me. I would let that rifle solo B in stack A and try to pick off some guns and maybe knock down the economy a little bit further for Kulas and maybe try to steal one away here.
I'm wondering where Rush are smoking mid from, because 2D was able to pick one of the crossers or at least tag him down. So I don't know if it was just a timing thing through the door, or if there's a little gap in that smoke, because that's going to be the key for them to kind of sell this. So they have to get that mid smoke out to ensure that they don't give any information away early round to Kulas, and because Kulas will absolutely capitalize on that immediately.
Absolutely. And having this double op setup coming in from Flip and Theta, it's interesting on the T side, but at the same time, I really think that if anybody can pull it off, it's these two, because they, like you said, they've been farming that information every round. And at least from I think that's what's happening is that they're trying to line up that mid smoke, and they're either bumping each other or they're just missing it off the wall, because instead of throwing it off the box there, or throwing the other mid smoke, they're just hitting it off the wall and it's landing too shallow, leaving open the left side peak, which, like you said, enables 2D to just sit right there at top mid or on cat and just farm the heads as they walk across or run back across. I think I think the key here for Rush getting back into this game is honestly just going to be playing more cohesively. They look like they're running around with a bunch of chickens, like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off right now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
even their money though, like John is on $450. Well, the rest of his team can buy next round, so maybe that was a miscommunication as well.
Yeah, it just seems a little. They seem a little discombobulated. I hope the pos maybe help them. Oh wow, looks like Cheese is going for the head armor with the Nova buy again. So I'm not really sure what's going on.
Maybe plays cat.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Nope.
There's
5 long.
They just stack long. Looks like they're gonna opt to push it again. They get the trade, opting to, or gives them another M4. But Flip's just right there, waiting for the cross. Wow.
They're running right back with their knives out. You gotta have your gun out.
Yeah, they got completely played there by Kulas. Kulas instantly recognized the push down long, and they just sent everyone else up cat to pinch them. And here we go again. This is probably going to be a full buy into the round by Rush, but again, their eco is low. They can't afford to lose this round, and not everyone's going to have full sets of utility. Wow.
That's a rough, very rough, but really nice wide swing for him. Cheese does punish him though for just going out on his own. Missed shot onto Flip. Look for the second. Flip does take out Cheese and Charles.
Wow.
Clearing it out. This looks very similar to the game we just watched.
Yeah, I think Kulas are absolutely in the heads of Rush right now. They conditioned them that they were going to push B, told them to stack B, and then now that they've started doing that, they're just destroying them on A site. And as soon as they get that pick, they're exploiting it. They're playing it, honestly, very close to perfect. I mean, this is great CSGO coming out of Kulas Nation right now.
Like Kulas are focusing up towards long. 2D does get a frag on the short. It's gonna split the eyes of Price and Cheese. Cheese just right behind. Single box. Charles taking out Price and Trojan actually getting 2 really nice digs onto Charles and Flip. A third one onto 2D. Trojan just a monster with that deagle tonight, and
Yeah.
Ada's left in a 1v2.
Suddenly, Rush have a chance to win this. Oh, but they don't play together. Trojan opts to go for the rifle, and John just peeks instead of waiting. Wow. I have no words. I mean, that was an amazing no-scope there by Theta to close out the round, and honestly, Trojan worked so hard there to bring his team back into the round with the deagle, and then for it all to just be thrown away by, again, cohesion.
Yeah.
No cohesion between the two.
I'm not sure why John would peak that with low HP and not play that. They had to wait for Theta to plant. Like they could have easily just waited for him, but you know what? It's kind of been seeing that all night. So really nice shots coming up from Trojan. Just the rest, you know, they can't clean it up to actually get the round win.
Looks like for the first time this game, Cheese opts to push down long with the op, and it does help thwart the aggression, along with an early round pick by Price on B site, leaving this 4v2 situation here for Charles and Theta. But here's the interesting thing. Theta is now out long doors, and he has the bomb, and Charles, on the other hand, is pushing through mid doors. He's going to be able to hold off these rotators and isolate Price to the site, and that honestly could go very bad for Team Rush. Wait, are they going to go... Are they... Oh my goodness. There's the bomb.
He's just going for that re-peek right onto Charles again, and yeah, there went that. That was Rush getting their second round on the board tonight, and Dust 2 at least.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like maybe Kulas has like one, maybe two more rounds of decent economy in them before they're gonna have to be forced to save. So, I mean, you have a Deagle on Price here, despite Cheese having enough to buy him an M4. I wonder if that was a mistake, or if that was just, I'm not really sure. They do molly off the aggression in tons, but not before Kulas is able to get up long, and again, just peeking them one by one, taking them down, knocking them over like bowling pins. And that is probably the one saving grace for the round from Rush there, is that kill by John, but it's not really going to end up meaning much. I mean, you let Kulas have this round, their eco is pretty much set. This is... I honestly have not seen very many mistakes come out of Kulas in this half, and like we said before, they have an excellent T-side, and this is showing it. Oh wow, they walked right by him.
Yeah, they walk right by him. They're just running out. They're just having fun. They didn't even plant bomb. They didn't even care. I feel like they, yeah, I feel like they know. I feel like they know how this is gonna go, and like you're saying right in the beginning, their T-side is strong, and they're showing it.
Yeah, I definitely think that if Rush loses this round here, then this, I mean, I don't want to say it, but at the same time, my gut's kind of feeling as though, wow, that was a nice B-hops by Flip through long doors. And Charles, once again, just pushing up mid, taking that control away from Rush. And they don't make him pay for it. There it is, finally the trade, ultimately bringing this to a 3v2. Now a 2v2 with some damage on Mikkoy. Mikkoy's creeping up long, trying to pin Cheese in the corner there, and Flip just pinches him. The late rotate from Price is really going to matter here because Flip has the range advantage.
Flip's just been a monster with that op as well, and yeah, it's been crazy to see how they're playing. Economy's still right up. Extra op on the ground, and
what is this buy?
2 M4, 2, yeah,
I mean,
like...
I understand the thought, but at the same time, I don't get why on round 14. And it just, I don't know what to say. Wow, what a nade.
It's like an old school Navi buy where they're trying to innovate so much, they just end up, like sewering themselves.
Yeah, and like you said, Kulas are just having fun at this point. Their team killing or close to it. They're hitting each other with their utility. I mean, Cheeks is trying his best to make what he can out of this round, but ultimately, since he doesn't peek them, they opt to go plant the bomb and push up Cat here, and Cheeks will probably get one here. Oh no, he gets them both. They went for the knife.
2D's on A though, and Cheeks is...
Looks like he's...
I think he thought it was to be. I think he thought it was, but 2D in a really cheeky spot here.
I mean, props to Cheeks for having a 3K this round, but unless he gets this kill, it's really not gonna matter. Oh no, he doesn't see him.
He has no idea. He has no idea.
I wonder if... Did he go for the knife here?
He's gonna go for the...
He does. Oh, wow, that's just demoralizing. So for the last round of the half, we have probably four rifles. Well, one op, 3 M4s, and not really sure what John's gonna opt for. FAMAS. Whereas Kulas, once again, full buy.
Full buy. Except Charles has no utility. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but still, last round, you may as well spend it. We see... I mean, John could have opted for a flashbang on this.
Wow.
Price could have got a nade or a... I mean, he might have had a smoke, something like that, but still, it's misbuys all around. It's unfortunate to see. We do see both coming back and forth. Cheese, Charles coming out, and then Price, Boy. But
and that's the half.
Price in a 1v3 can't close it out. Is 13-2 again. Looks like a very similar scoreline we saw last map.
I believe isn't that the exact same score?
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Let's do CT side four. So it's a really good pick for Kulas to come out and decide they want to do T, but I guess we'll see what happens with what Rush can do on T. Who knows? Maybe they got some strats up their sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. Um, honestly, I mean, I picture I picture maybe Rush coming out full rushing long or B, try to get a few early picks, maybe getting a bomb plant, losing the retake, and then ultimately giving up the following 2 rounds. But if they win the pistol round, however, then they could claw their way back into this and at least make it a game, and maybe even, I mean, anything can happen. Like we said before, they may be able to claw their way back in and win this map, force map 3.
They're gonna have to put in a ton of work for this, and it looks like they're opting for a B rush right off the top. We see, I'm assuming some lower presence. Actually, no, we have no lower presence between Theta and Flip, but Flip does actually double back, and the lower cheese getting a nice headshot onto him and just running right out onto Theta. Getting a
Yeah,
second frag onto him, and Charles with a big flank, doing
I will
tons of
say
damage.
that was a great read by Rush, though. I mean, they faked the B push hard, then pushed through mid, but then now they're just losing gunfights. They're ultimately going to get the bomb plant, lose the retake, and yeah, they give up round 14 to Kulas.
2D coming up with a massive 4K, and
Yeah, that was huge. Wow. So what do you think, Wilbus? Do you think Rush will force back into this?
I mean, based on how they've been buying recently, I hope they save and try to go for overtime. But that's a big ask. They actually do that though, so I'm surprised. I kind of thought they'd have a weird quasi buy again, to be honest. Cheese doesn't have anything other than a block though, which is not going to fare too well against the 3 rifles we see on
No.
Kula. But everybody except Theta has head armor. Not too sure why Theta bought an AUG and went no head armor instead of opting for a
Yeah.
different setup. But sure, you know what? Maybe that Glock will do some work.
I mean, if I had a 14-2 lead, I probably wouldn't be too worried about my buy either. But I mean, you can definitely see that Kulas are trying to close this one out here with the absolute full buy into this round. And yeah, everybody's just been spotted on Rush side. He's just gonna stand here, farm these D kills, give his team time to rotate, and now Rush are gonna be caught in a pinch once again. As you see, um, as you see, both McCoy and Charles pushing up long to pinch them, while Theta's in CT and with 2D.
You know what's really smart though is Flip is the one who went long with the Deagle only, right? One of those rifles would have went long, and they killed him. Then that would have given Team Rush a rifle at a long range, as opposed to Flip just pushing right up close, losing that Deag. Doesn't give Rush anything to be able to pick up other than a pistol. So not really gifting them any of those weapons either is one thing that's gonna be really hard, because you know, who knows, we might have seen some of those guns being taken away. Charles just aggressive through lower, taking out John, but Cheese snaps back onto him. He's left with 10 HP. Gets the frag onto 2D, but now he has 3 Who Lost Nation members running in. Nade takes out Cheese. McCoy, nasty headshot on the cheeks.
Wow.
Flip mowing down Trojan, leaving Price in a 1 versus 3 clutch situation.
He does have an AK though, and a Molly, and they are getting fairly aggressive. So I mean, 1v2, bomb is on the B site.
Winnable.
It's winnable. It's not likely, but it's winnable. He gets another one. Oh, he got really lucky there with that nade. He's opting for the mid wrap. He did pick up yet another Molly, and he does have a Zeus. Not that that's gonna matter, but he does have a Zeus, and McCoy is only on the scout. Although Price is one shot at the moment, so
McCoy knows the rap's coming.
yeah, he sees it coming.
Yeah. Timing, if anything, what would have been... Oh, I don't think he...
Oh,
No, he knows.
Price isn't gonna check it. Oh, he missed the shot.
Gonna molly him off.
Oh,
He's gonna
no.
get that bomb down. Mikkoy
This just
doesn't
went
have a smoke.
heavily in Russia's favor.
Yeah.
And Price has a smoke as well. He can smoke himself on the site and reposition, or just smoke him out. So he does use the smoke to reposition. Oh, but he makes the audio cue.
I don't know if McCoy realized where he was, but now he does.
I don't think he does either. He's going for the knife. This is ballsy. And that'll be it.
That's it. GG. 16-2. Both maps. Kulas Nation decidedly taking the first winner bracket playoff series. That was nuts. They did so well. I think they definitely came into this